Okay, so on this one, we have a power outside of parentheses. And so let me come over here and write what happens. Powers outside of parentheses multiply powers inside of the parentheses. But every number or letter inside with no power showing really has a 1 power. They really have 1 powers. So in other words, so I'm going to show that. I'm going to put a 1 power here and a 1 power there because they really have those. Those are really there. Let me do them in a better color that shows up. So they really are there. You've got to show those 1 powers. They really are there. So every number or letter that doesn't have a power showing really has a 1 power, and you need to give it that power. Why is that such a big deal to give it the power? Because our very first step is we're going to take this power outside parentheses and we're going to multiply all the powers. Powers outside parentheses multiply, I should say, all powers inside parentheses. So what do we get then? We get 2 to the 3rd power, x to the 9 power, over 3 to the 3rd power. Now, what about the negative sign? I'll get back to that, but good so far. That 3 multiplies the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 1 is 3 right here. Okay, so now what about the minus sign? Well, you know how that works, right? It's just that many signs. So in other words, think about what if you had -2 to the 2nd power, or let's do 4th power. What if you had -2 to the 4th power? That'd be 4 negatives, wouldn't it? 4 negative 2s. And so that'd be positive 16. Because you know, every 2 minuses make a plus, and 2 more minuses make a plus, so it ended up positive. But what if you had -2 to the 3rd power? Well, that would be 3 negative 2s, like that. And so that would end up negative in the end, wouldn't it? Because again, every 2 minuses make a plus, but then there'd be 1 extra minus, so it'd end up negative. So basically, the moral of the story, I think you see probably, is if we have an even power, like, you know, we have an even power, like 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., then negative inside becomes a positive answer, doesn't it? But if you have an odd power, like 1, 3, 5, 7, etc., then the negative inside becomes a negative answer because there's an odd amount of them. What do we have here? We have 3 minus signs, so it's going to end up negative, isn't it? 3 minus signs ends up a negative answer. So it's going to end up negative answer. Okay, now we just work out the numbers. So now we just go, okay, got it. So 2 to the 3rd power, what is that? 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. And then 3 to the 3rd power on the bottom, 3 times 3 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So then when all is said and done, it's going to be negative 8x to the 9th over 27. And so there we go.